Good afternoon. It is, or evening should I say, Friday the 13th of December. It's just coming up to 6:15 and I'm just about to set off out. I've tried adding a little light onto the side here, just when I'm doing my little videos. I've had a couple of people say like the lighting wasn't the greatest when it's pitch black, because the interior lighting, see when I put it on now, doesn't really seem to do much. I mean, it lights up the seat down here, but you can't really see me. Yeah, so it seems to be like there's a little bit of a glare on the screen, but if I put my hand there, I don't know. I won't know until I look back on the laptop, but hopefully that looks a little bit better. So yeah, I'm just about to go online now and see what a Friday night brings. So I'll catch you in a bit with a little bit of an update. So a little update time. This light's doing me head in. Looks like I feel like I'm underneath a police helicopter chasing me or something. It's really quiet, and I mean really quiet. It's probably the quietest Friday that I've seen on Uber since I started working for them. So basically, I started at 6:15 and I came offline at 7:45. I had something to do, so I was on for the first like hour and a half. So I'll do that bit first. So first job was a Burscough to Southport. I was driving through Burscough, so I thought, well, that's quite handy. I think it came up at like £11, something like that. So I went over, picked her up, and then as she got in, it's a lady probably in her 60s, and she said, little bit of a problem. She said, I'm going to Southport, as you know, but I need to pick two of my friends up from two different locations in Ormskirk on the way. And I don't know how to use the app. So I was like, right, okay. So I showed her how to use the app so she could add the other destinations and everything, which then took the job up to like £18.50 or something. She's given me a £2 tip as well, so I got £20.47 for it in the end. But it took me 40 minutes, which was 13.3 miles. But I thought, oh well, at least it gets me, into Southport where it was a little bit busier. And then done another job straight away. As I was dropping them off, £8.08 for 4.4 miles. And then I had a tiny one just as I dropped them off. It was £3.76 for 1.6 miles. And then I came offline. I came back on at 9 o'clock, is it? No, I came back on at 8:45. I didn't get a job for 15 minutes, and then when I did, it was a £5.44 for 2.6 miles. And then I got another tiny job, £4.27 for 2.7 miles. And then, how long did that take me? 10 minutes. So then I didn't have another job for 10-15 minutes. And then I was passing and then got this little tiny job, £3.71 for 0.7 of a mile. Yeah, it's just dead. So I'm currently I've currently done 2.5 hours thereabouts. And I'm on £45.73, which works out at around, if it continues for the next half an hour, about £18.30 an hour. So yeah, shocking really for a Friday night. Don't even know why I've come offline to do that little update, to be honest, because it's that slow. It's even like this now. I'll take this one because it's an XL. It's half a mile away, going half a mile, but it's an XL, so it's not too bad. So yeah, I will keep you posted in a bit. Hopefully things pick up a little bit, because it is really quiet. I'm on the verge of thinking I'll call it a night and go home because it's so quiet. So let's see what happens anyway. I'll catch you in a bit. So, a little update. It's been a while, unfortunately. It is 2:15. So the last update was 20 to 10 at a random time. I need to try and stick to on the hour, makes it a bit easier. Where was we? So 20 to 10. So the next job I got after that was an XL. I've basically been in Southport all night. It was £5.52 for 0.9 of a mile. A lot of the jobs tonight have been XLs, to be honest. Just double check. Yeah. I then went on and done a £5.20 for 2.4 miles, £5.44 for 1.5 miles. That was an XL. Another XL, which was £7.33 for 2.1 miles. I then had a job, including a £3 tip, was £9.12 for 1.2 miles. What time was that? 20 past. What time was that? 10:40. Yeah, that was the last one at 10:40. So then I came off and I kind of had like a little bit of a run of a couple of little jobs, but before that it was really quiet and I was getting a bit bored, to be honest. And I was honestly thinking I'm just gonna go home, but I thought, well, I'll go and get something to eat and I'll charge up just in case. So basically I then stopped and then I carried on. About an hour later, I've got here at 12:15, carried on, and I haven't stopped since then, to be honest. It's been really busy for them last 2 hours. So I went straight into a surge job, £9.56 for 3 miles. Again, just Southport to Southport. Then got another XL, £9.17 for 2.2 miles. Then got another surge job, £6.70 for 1.4 miles. That was an Uber X Priority. Then got another surge job, £4.08 for 1.3 miles. A £3.75 for 0.7 of a mile. A £5.92 for 3.3 miles, which was a bit crap. Customer cancelled. Then got another surge job, including a £1 tip, was £11.07 for 2.3 miles. I then had another surge job. They've given me a £5 tip as well, which has helped push it up. So it was £13.38 for 3 miles, which was, you know, good. What's that? It's like £4 a mile. But yeah, they've given me a £5 tip as well, so I've basically got like £5 a mile for that one. And that only took 8 minutes to complete as well. Then got a £6.61 for 2.4 miles, and then the last one they didn't show up, so I cancelled it. Got £3.75. So yeah, currently I'm on 157. I've done 6 hours, so I'm on about £26.16 an hour. But like I said, it's really dragged, to be honest. It started off really slow. I just seem to be like waiting ages for jobs, and then when the jobs were coming through, they were just so slow. Little small jobs, and I was thinking, I'm just going to go home. It felt like I was working a weekday, you know, in the quiet hours. When I'm thinking it's a Friday night, like why is it so quiet? You know, I get, you know, people are saving money for Christmas and things like that. But then the majority of, well, all of the XL jobs that I've done, which I've done more tonight than I normally do on a Friday night, they've all been like people going to like works night out and, you know, Christmas parties and things like that. But yeah, other than that, it's just been a bit of a crap night. I know I've only done 6 hours up to now, and the hourly rate is quite good, but yet the time that I've been waiting for the jobs, like I said before I had that charge, what time did I go on the charge? About 11 o'clock. Yeah, it was really slow before that, and I was getting loads of like ridiculous job offers, so I was thinking, you know, is it time to go home? You know, for example, like I got offered a half decent job. What time was this? This was about 9 o'clock. An XL, Southport to L1 Liverpool. It was £50 and 97 pence. But that's like, if you're lucky, you'll complete that job in an hour. But then you're in Liverpool. So there's kind of two ways you can look at it. You can either do the job and drive straight back, so you're on £25 an hour, or you can drive down to Liverpool and work around Liverpool, try and find some of the breadcrumbs, come on back up this way. But I've tried that in the past, and I'd say 90% of the time you end up driving back empty. It's just a nightmare. Normally you get there and you pick up one or two half decent XL jobs because you're in the city centre, but it's just going from one bar to another bar. But you still get like best part of £10 for doing it. But I just honestly couldn't be bothered doing it. I thought I'm going to earn more just doing the smaller local jobs, which I've kind of proven because I'm on, I've been averaging £26, nearly £26.20 an hour. Now if I would have took that job and drove all the way to Liverpool and all the way back, I would have done almost 50 miles to go there and back. So if you look at it from the other sense, you're basically on £1 a mile. That's the kind of job which is perfect for someone who is either based in Liverpool or likes to work Liverpool, and they just so happen to have got a job up to say like Ormskirk, Southport, and then that would have been a fantastic return job for them. But yeah, I ignored that one. I was then getting daft jobs like this. I was in Southport. They wanted me to drive 9.5 miles away to Liverpool, L31, to then drive 4.5 miles to Ormskirk. So they wanted me to do 14 miles. It was an XL job for £11.50. And there's like another one here. I was in Southport. They want me to drive 8 miles all the way down to Formby to do a 1 mile job in Formby. So they want me to do 9 miles and they were offering me £8.55. Yeah, so some of the jobs that just come up are just ridiculous. But yeah, at one point tonight, there was that many jobs coming through. They were like all stacked. And you could see there was like 4 or 5 jobs all stacked, and I was like, no, don't want that, don't want that, don't want that. So I was able to like cherry pick, but that didn't happen till about midnight. So yeah, in a way I was lucky I stayed out, because if I would have went home I would have missed all that. What was that other thing? This new Blag Surge thing that they've got. I think I've just deleted the picture. They've changed like the Surge kind of pattern, or what it looks like. Where is it? It's got like little arrows that point up. Higher earnings forecast, earnings heat map or something. So it says the forecast reflects current market conditions, promotions, dynamic pricing and waiting times, updated every 10 minutes. So because I haven't seen one of these before, I've seen all the Surges like everybody else, but this is, I don't know if they've just rebranded the Surge bubble or something. I watched one of the other YouTubers and they said this is what it used to look like, and then they changed it, and it looks like they've changed it back. I don't know. So anyway, there was only one of these little blobs in the middle of Southport, and I was like a minute away from it. I thought, so for a laugh I'll drive over towards it then. And it was so comical, because as I was driving towards like this perfect circle bubble on the map, it was as though it was like clearing the cloud. As I drove in, it like dissipated. It just completely disappeared. I honestly sat there and I was just laughing to myself, thinking like how much Uber lies to drivers to get them into particular areas because they're struggling for drivers. So yeah, basically I've confirmed don't drive towards them ones either, because it's exactly the same as a Surge and it's just a lie. But other than that, it's been quite gushy really. It's been quite quiet, and that's about it. I'm just slowly heading towards like Ormskirk now. see if I can pick up any little stragglers around there, and then if not, I'm gonna head home. So yeah, I'll give you another update shortly. So final update, it is 3:15. 3:30, sorry. I forgot 3:15 now. That's because the last update was 2:15. Where was we? Yeah, so I was heading back towards Ormskirk. Picked up a little surge job when I got back. And I mean little, £5.19 for 2.2 miles. And then a £3.80 for 0.9 of a mile. That guy was a bit of a lunatic, to be honest. Picked up from the town centre. Like I said, I was only going 0.9 of a mile away, and he was just repeating himself. I don't know if he was on drugs or something. And he was saying, "Oh yeah, you know, they were all asking to come back to mine, and yeah, I didn't want them to come back." I was like, "Oh yeah, okay, mate, yeah." And he was like, "Yeah, I don't like people." I was like, "Oh right, okay." So we're going down this little dark, dingy road to his, and then we pull up outside his. I open the door, and he's like, "Yeah, it's lucky I didn't invite them back to mine," he said, "because I probably would have stabbed them." I was like, "Oh right, yeah, it's probably best you didn't invite them back then, mate." And he's like, yeah, I've buried people, me, you know." I was like, "Right, okay, mate, yeah." I said, "Well, when you go in, make sure your dog doesn't eat your doner meat on you." And he's like, yeah. Absolute lunatic. So he got out and he was still trying to talk, and I just pressed the button and shut the door and drove off. He was psycho. After that one, what did I have? Again, one more little tiny one. It was kind of pointless doing. I think I went to the university twice, I think. £3.74 for 1.5 miles. And then I thought, right, I've had enough. I'm heading back, I'm bored, and the jobs were daft. Some of the jobs had started coming up. Took another screenshot of this one. So I'm in Ormskirk, and they wanted me to drive to Tarleton, which was 11.5 miles away, and then they wanted me to then drive 10.5 miles to Skelmersdale. So they wanted me to do 22 miles for £24, and that was an XL job as well. So I couldn't be bothered doing that, because that would have took me roughly 50 minutes, probably an hour, with it being an XL, and you've got people coming out the house longer because they're needing the wee and all that. I give some woman the crap feedback before. Picking them up, it was an XL job from the Grand on Lord Street. So bearing in mind, it probably took me like 5 minutes to get there, so they can see on the app the driver's 5 minutes away. I then get there, they obviously get another notification to say I'm there. The first 2 minutes elapses, they then start getting charged. Another minute passed, so I thought, right, as soon as this other minute goes, I'll cancel it and get me, you know, £3-4 or whatever it is. And then I see this woman come out, and she's like jogging over, and she gets in. She was like, "Oh, sorry, I'm late." I was like, "All right, okay." And she went, "Oh, the others are coming now. They might be about 5 minutes." I said, "Well, I can't wait another 5 minutes." I said, "Because you've already been like 4 minutes." I said, "I've got another job booked after this one." And she was like, "Oh," she said, "sorry, it's my mum. She's just going for a wee." And I was like, why wait for the car to arrive and then say, "Right, come on, let's go for a wee"? I said, like, you can see it on your phone. So she was like, are you okay to wait? I said, "Well, that depends." I said, "If they come out like now, it's okay." I said, "But if she's going to be 5 minutes, I'm going to have to cancel the job." I said, "Because I can't wait that long." Because then it would have been like coming up to 10 minutes I would have been sat outside for, you know, on a busy Friday night. So the next thing, this other fella comes over, and then probably a minute later the others all come like wandering over, just like really slow and just like not a care in the world, and because they don't care at the end of the day, just think, "Oh well, this taxi driver's just turned up to pick us up, who cares what he's doing?" So yeah, so they got crap feedback, you know, basically for poor timekeeping. I just don't get it. If you book something, you know it's coming, you get several notifications, because I've used Uber myself in the past as a passenger. It tells you they're on the way, you know, they're only 1 minute away, they're just about to pull up, You know, so you're getting all these notifications, and you can see live where, you know, obviously where the driver is. So there's no excuse to then come out late and then say, oh yeah, we're going to be another 5 minutes. It's just so disrespectful. So yeah, I finished on £170 and 6 pence. I've done 7 hours 15 minutes. So that works out at about £24.30 an hour. So not too bad, considering it was slow. It was really slow to begin with. I think like the first hour wasn't too bad, and then the 2 or 3 hours in the middle were awful. They were just really bad. It wasn't until I got to about midnight it picked up. So yeah, it's worth staying out, but yeah, a little bit slow. Tomorrow, I wanted to do a longer one, but I can't. I'm a little bit busy, so yeah, I'm not going to get out tomorrow night until, which is a Saturday night, till about, I don't know, maybe 6 o'clock or something, which isn't the greatest. I normally like to get out a little bit earlier on a Saturday, because Saturdays are definitely busier than Fridays. But it is what it is. So that's about it. I'll wrap that up there. And this light is blinding me, especially when it's 3:30 in the morning. Yeah, I'll have a look and see what this looks like on the laptop. But yeah, I don't know. I can't even do it. That's the dimmest one, and then it goes up to this one, and then number 3, and then number 4. Wow, how bright's that? I can't even see. So yeah, I think that's far too bright. But yeah, if I turn it down to its dimmest one, which is there, it's still bright, and it's got a cover over as well, which is like a little bit of a diffuser to try and stop blinding you. But yeah, it's still too bright. So anyway, that's it, and I'll catch you on the next one.